not scared of nobody. I'm the youngest guy, 3-time world champion, 168 division. I'll put my belts against anybody, and I guarantee you I'll knock everybody out.
At this moment in time, the super middleweight division is a roster held up by one man in particular.
Coronation is complete! All hail King Canelo!
However, there still remains a name that's been called to step out from behind the curtain and display his bad intent at elite level.
El Bandera Roja, David Benavidez.
25 years young, this Mexican-American monster has earned his name outside of the ring as well as inside.
Mike Tyson gave me that name, the Mexican Monster.
And to add to a 26-fight winning streak, the fierce, fast-paced style of Benavidez still never fails to overwhelm opponents into submission.
They're going to stop the fight right now. That will do it.
But before we display the future for this hungry demolition machine, we ask if you could just hit that like button and subscribe so we can show you even more of our future content in the coming months.
They're not equipped to be able to deal with a guy of Benavidez's abilities, size, strength, everything that he brings into the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, David El Bandera Roja Benavidez.
From Phoenix, Arizona, David Benavidez brings a new flair of Mexican-American ferocity that as fans, we don't see very often.
Combination punching. Jackson bending down, takes another right hand left hook. This one is over. It's over.
Displaying 23 knockouts out of 26 total wins, his intent for inflicting hurt on his opponents comes second to none, as his accumulative style tends to overwhelm opposition with incredible punch volume and hurtful combinations.
In some trouble, and an uppercut, and Medina, how is he still standing? Get this work by David Benavidez.
Climbing his way through the ranks to become one of Super Middle's top competitors, Benavidez has proven himself numerous times against other ranked names. But it wasn't always like this, as a bullied childhood led to the evolution of this refined, deadly athlete.
The only kid in the gym working out, the only one.
It's cool.
How'd you get so good?
Well, just seeing my brother train, I wanted to be like him. Yeah. I just wanted to be like him.
The thing that changed me too is just people talking shit about me, saying he's a fucking fat little kid, he's never gonna be nothing, this dude's a fucking fat piece of shit. And then I would look at myself in the mirror and they're like, oh, well, they're not lying, I'm fucking fat.
Sparring numerous top pros such as Golovkin, Bivol, and Kelly Pavlik all played a huge part in David's early progression, and often rising to the occasion during sessions showed the prospect to have a promising future in the sport.
Keep on this kid. He'll be top dog. He'll be champ. Mark my words. Thank you. Keep up. Keep your hard work, kid.
Raised and trained by his father, Benavidez Sr. has shown a generational boxing bloodline throughout his family, with his older brother, Jose, taking to the welterweight scene, facing the likes of Terrence Crawford at world level. Though having such shallow amateur experience and little bargaining power with big-time promoters, David's transition into manhood soon gave him the power and strength he needed to run through seasoned opposition, turn the heads of anyone who spectated his performances.
Benavidez would be a threat for anybody. I love his style, I love his mentality. Canelo should take a different route, I think.
But Benavidez is the real deal. I love Benavidez.
He even sparred a cruiserweight in BJ Flores. I mean, if he's the real deal sparring these big guys and holding his own, then easily he can transition that into the ring.
The ferocious, fan-friendly style earned him instant respect amongst his peers and boxing fan base. However, there have been the odd occasion where questions have been raised after a collision with Ronald Gavril, showing some vulnerabilities after all.
Fight from Benavidez. And there's a left hand from Gavril, and it drops Benavidez.
Oh, nice. Oh, he ran right into it. Ran right into it.
So like, I have to send a message out and set an example of what I'm gonna do to J. Leon Love to let all the fighters in 168 know that what's coming from.
Moving on to a more notable opponent, J. Leon Love was another challenger that came swinging. However, in just one round, David's power prevailed yet again.
Yeah, he's very slow. Oh, he just got hurt with a left hook, let me tell you.
Forcing a stoppage victory the following round.
Oh, big right by Benavidez. That's it.
He is still undefeated. El Bandera Roja.
You know, I seen Anthony Durrell win that title. He can't call himself a champion until he comes see me. That's my belt, and we're gonna get it again.
Continuing his victorious reign, Benavidez ventured onto a 4-fight knockout streak, racking up wins against Anthony Durrell and Alexis Angulo.
That will do it.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
A fight with Jose Uzcategui was in the works prior. However, after the bad news of David testing positive for Class A recreational drugs, the future for this compelling athlete abruptly took a turn for the worse.
Your title is being fought for against Durrell and Yildirim. You never lost the title. You're undefeated. Does that hurt and tug at you seeing that?
Yeah, it really does, you know, because I didn't get beat by anybody. I got beat by myself, basically, you know what I mean, with dumb decisions I made. But, you know, we live and we learn, but, you know, it's just made me more hungrier.
After the instant strip of his WBC title, the comeback soon became greater than the setback, demonstrating in his most recent appearance against David Lemieux that full steam ahead was now the only option.
Shaking up Lemieux. Back comes Lemieux. All right. And down goes Lemieux. And look at this hand speed by David Benavidez. And this one is over. As David Benavidez has become a 3-time.
What are you going to do now? Because you got Charlo, you've got Morrell, you have Caleb Plant. What would you like to do?
I'm waiting for him to send me the contract. Them bitches know what's up. I'm right here waiting for him.
Mentioning the likes of Charlo, Canelo, and Plant have got fans' hopes up over recent months, and receiving verbal replies from each one of them has definitely made the bouts even more mouth-watering.
Man, nobody's scared of no Benavidez. I'm in Cali right now. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody behind me right now. Where you at?
I know you want to fight me.
Of course I want to fight you.
You think I want to fight you?
Of course you want to fight.
Absolutely.
When he gets his IBF title, I'm going to take it from him. You know, every time you fight somebody, they say you don't hit hard. I put people in the hospital. That's what I do.
Charlo would bring attitude inside and outside of the ring in a matchup against Benavidez. Plant would be a technical slickster that would show David new looks in terms of boxing ability. But it's the Mexican on Mexican pride between him and Alvarez that seems to fire the appetite of boxing public the most.
You know, the best fight looks like you and Benavidez. He's born in America. He's half Ecuadorian. So does he count as Mexican, or that fight can happen if you know, in the future?
I say I don't want to fight Mexican is because I represent Mexico, but I don't care. I fight anybody, and I fight all my entire life anybody.
What if they never find me?
Standing at 6 feet in height with 74 inches of reach puts David taller and rangier than most of the division, and also being the youngest out of them all stands him in clear stead of being a fresher and more hungrier challenger.
Medina and David Benavidez
Steering his way to greatness, the drive to become the best of the division will no doubt come to fruition one day, as he eventually challenges himself to take on the other elite names out there.
I don't gotta act like I'm a killer outside the ring, but everybody knows what it is when I'm in the ring, you know what I mean? So.
But in the meantime, this Latino machine will continue to bring the fire in every showdown he enters, regardless of who dares to question his chances and whom dares to step in front of him in the squared circle.
What if they never find me?